Hello, this is my YouTube channel, so I get to talk about whatever I want here. And I just need to talk about how scary it is to come forward when you're sexually abused. People stop talking to you, they don't believe you. I sustained a severe traumatic brain injury that made it really impossible for me to lie, and I thought that I was going to get all this support telling the truth, and it's been the opposite. I told the police. The police said that because the sexual abuse happened in 2008 and I had a brain injury that happened in 2020, that I didn't report it right away, that it didn't matter. My family said they didn't remember that I was sexually abused by my ex-husband, so they still talk to him. They want to believe that I was a drunk who cheated on him. They would rather believe that than the fact that he raped me within our marriage. You know, being married doesn't give you permission to force your wife to do anything sexually or threaten her at all. He started to raise his hand to me, so I left him, having no idea that being the scapegoat in the family is a really unsafe place to be. I was nice to him for 15 years. And once I got run over by a truck and lost my ability to be a people pleaser, it was a huge personality shift. I was a sales girl and really proud of being the scapegoat in the family. And if anyone else out there is the scapegoat, it is obvious that you're the only one who won't go with dysfunction. But because of my traumatic brain injury, I am still dependent on my family. And I have moved 4 times since my injury in 2020. And every time, because of how they're dealing with my rent, they are insistent that I'm not mentally sane enough to pay my own rent, so they pay it directly to the landlord. And I have yet to find a landlord that won't lie to my family to get money out of them. My current landlord is a psychotherapist. I thought maybe she won't lie to my family to get money. No. And my aunt just sent my son a message saying that we're difficult and that I need to stop complaining when she's in violation of the lease she wrote. And now she's talking to my family about getting rent month to month and is still refusing to fix anything. You know, maybe I should be grateful that I'm not homeless, but I have higher standards than that, and I am very much entitled to have any standards I want. And my family doesn't have permission to tell me that it was a bad idea to leave my husband. I'm the only one that was married to him for 10 years. And it doesn't help that I stayed with the man after that for 11 years. He was verbally and also sexually abusive. He never raped me, but he was constantly telling me how other women were more beautiful and more desirable. And that is a torment. It's a horrible thing. And I'm not just saying this to complain. I'm saying that I understand why women don't come forward when they're raped. You lose your family. People stop talking to you. The police don't believe you. I'm not giving up. I'm going to make a difference. And I'm going to figure out a way to give women a voice who don't feel like they have one. I'm not going to be bullied into being quiet. And I'm not going to be bullied into dealing with landlords that use my family's dysfunction to get money. And just because I've come from a family that has money and they are paying my rent, doesn't mean they're doing it in a way that's helpful or supportive. Now, I know I should be grateful. And I can't take this any longer. I can't take it. And I'm going to keep going anyway. And I'm not going to stop talking about sexual abuse. I'm not going to be ashamed that I'm an incest survivor. I'm not going to be ashamed. I was ashamed before I got run over and lost my filter. Now I understand why it's a gift. I couldn't say it out loud that my ex-husband was sexually abusive. I tried to tell my family and they wouldn't believe me. They still don't believe me. Please, if you're a scapegoat, don't ever let yourself be in a position where your family is in charge of your housing. Please don't do it. You're not doing yourself any favor staying in a family that doesn't believe you, being nice to a man who is abusive. It's going to come back and get you just like it's getting me. I'm going to survive, but I just had to come out and say that's why I am so driven by donating such a large amount of the money I make from my business to ending sexual abuse. It's horrifying when you come forward, and I want women to do it anyway. I don't want women to be afraid to tell that they have been abused. And just because your family members don't see it that way doesn't mean it didn't happen. Please find your strength and speak up. If you've been raped or you're being mentally or physically abused and you're not talking about it, please don't be bullied into not talking about it. The more we talk about it, the less it'll happen. I know it's offensive, and I'm sorry if some of my subscribers, I'm so excited. I can't believe I have 47 subscribers. I'm in shock, and I'm sorry if this upsets you, but this is what I'm dealing with. And I really pray that there's a day that I'm not in such a desperate situation and I don't feel the need to come and talk about this from such a desperate place. But that's where I am. I'm 3 years in, recovering from a severe traumatic brain injury. And I just pray that in a year, I have figured out how to be financially dependent from my family. Because I can't take this any longer. It's a horrible, horrible feeling when nobody believes you. Especially those in charge that have control over where you live. It's horrifying. And I'm not going to give up. Thank you for listening. I love you all, and I am going to get stronger. And I am not going to be in this shitty fucking garage much longer. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out a way to get a steady income so I am not a disabled, dependent adult. I refuse to stay in this situation. And it's not going to keep me down. And I will keep posting more positive posts. This one's a tough one. And I'm in a tough place. And this is my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be honest and vulnerable. Because I needed someone to talk to. So thank you for listening. And thank you for being there and reminding me that I do matter. Thank you. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Thank you for giving me strength. Thank you. Sending love and gratitude. Thank you. Bye.